Hello there, happy 2022. This is my annual How Much Did I Earn in the Previous Year video. I've been doing this for a while now. In fact, one of these videos was my most successful video on this channel. I've mentioned that a few thousand times, got over 1 million views. And I think these videos are interesting to people because, well, people are a little bit nosy, aren't they? And YouTube's a little bit of an unknown for most people. How much do YouTubers actually earn? And so, if you're thinking of starting your own YouTube channel, maybe as a little side hustle, my How Much Money Do I Earn videos give you a little bit of an indication of how much you could potentially make from a similarly sized channel. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to go through each of the sources of income separately, tell you how much I earned from each, and then finally give you a total of how much I earned in 2021. I think these numbers are pretty good, so I'll be interested to see what you think. Anyway, without any further rambling, let's get on with the video. So the first thing I always mention in these videos is actually not YouTube income at all. I have another tiny side hustle, some YouTube apps that I made probably over a decade ago now. Really rubbish soundboards. Go and find them if you're interested, but they really are absolutely naff. They still make a bit of cash, and they make that in two ways: in-app purchases from Apple and also advertising through Google. And so I'm going to refer to my spreadsheet now, which is what I record all of my details in. Yes, I am a nerd. We've established that many years ago, but actually I think spreadsheets and lists are really good. I use spreadsheets to keep track of how much money I've saved and YouTube income, that sort of thing. Just helps you kind of keep an eye on things, makes you feel informed at the very least, even if there's nothing you can do with the information. So let's go from January 2021 to December 2021 for Google advertising. And you can see it's ranged from nearly 60 quid actually, down to December where we made £4.50. Something's gone wrong in my apps, so the advertising revenue has plummeted. Better try and sort that out quickly. But the total actually for the year is quite impressive from advertising revenue, £444. I think that's quite a lot, really, for some really rubbish apps that are 10 years old. From in-app purchases from Apple, they have made £276. So you can see the advertising as a proportion of the total income for those apps is quite a bit higher. Across both of those sources, that's £720 for literally doing nothing. I just pity the people who downloaded those apps, to be honest. Right, anyway, let's get on to the actual YouTube income. We're not going to start with YouTube advertising revenue. That's the main source of income. We'll come to that last. We'll start with something called, one of my affiliate schemes. So I'm a member of the Amazon Associates affiliate scheme. Essentially, you put a link in a video that links to a product. Maybe you've discussed it in the video. Users click on it, and then whatever they buy on Amazon, even if it's not the product that you've linked to, then you make a tiny commission from it. And I'm actually a member of the Amazon Associate Scheme in about 10 different countries. So I've got a column for each of those countries. The most income I make is from the American affiliate scheme, and that's because the majority of my users are American. Well, American and English, actually. Interestingly, the English affiliate sales are absolutely minute compared to the American ones. So maybe the English are just tight, they just don't buy anything. We've got .com, .co.uk, DE, France, Canada, etc. So the total across all of those affiliate schemes is £240.37, which, is quite disappointing really when you consider how much those apps made. In previous years, I've made 50 quid a month from Amazon.com associates alone. So it just depends. I don't review products as much anymore on this channel, so that's pretty well why I don't get so many referrals through that. Then we come to the AliExpress affiliate scheme. So I've previously reviewed cheap electronics from AliExpress and also alternative brick-based toys from AliExpress. And I've linked to those in my videos. And it's a similar thing as the Amazon Associate Scheme. Whatever they buy, you make a small commission from. And in the last year, I have made a total of £167. So again, a little bit disappointing. In previous years, I've made, there's one month here I can see, I think this is probably the highest month, £167 in a month. The problem I've got, incidentally, is that I get a bit bored doing the same thing continuously. It's good because it enables me to find new niches that also make money. At the same time, it kind of stops me from exploiting these existing niches. But I don't know, I get bored and I sort of feel like I've milked those cows until there's no milk left. Next we come to Mac sales. I've made previous videos where I've shown how to upgrade the solid state drive in a MacBook, and through a company called Mac Sales, and in the last year I have made £202.63. So these are quite expensive, these electrical items. They're sort of a few £100 each. You know, that's quite a good model really, because you only have to sell a few of those to make, you know, a fair amount of commission. And again, in previous years, one year £175 I made in a month. Wow. The most I've made in this year is £53, which isn't, you know, it's not to be sniffed at, but 2 months ago I made nothing. So the reason that's kind of dying, I suspect, is not just the decreased popularity of the video, but, you know, if you're showing how to update old hardware, there's going to be a finite lifespan for that video, and that's true for a lot of videos on YouTube, because the new MacBook Pros, you can't actually upgrade them in the same way that the old ones could be upgraded. You've got to keep moving. That's true for any business, I think, really. But yeah, on YouTube, you can't afford to stop, really. Now we move on to eBay. In the last year, I've made £141.37, which I find extraordinary, actually. It's higher than I would have thought, because I very rarely stick an eBay affiliate link into one of my videos. There is an argument for, well, why don't you just stick affiliate links everywhere? Well, it's kind of cheating, really, to stick an affiliate link in a video that's got nothing to do with the video. Somebody clicks on it, buys a product, and you make some commission from it. Not saying you shouldn't do it, but the most effective way is to actually link to a product that's of relevance to your viewers. Next, we come up to TubeBuddy, and I probably will leave an affiliate link to TubeBuddy down below, because if you're, you know, interested in starting a YouTube channel, this is a useful tool for you. So TubeBuddy basically allows you to, it helps you manage your YouTube channel. It can be used to suggest things like video topics, keywords for your videos. There are some really advanced features like thumbnail comparison, so you can do an A and B comparison, see which thumbnail generates the highest click-through rate. I use TubeBuddy, and I've used it for, I'm not mad, by the way, I'm just moving a bit of fluff out of the air. It's just a really useful tool. I wouldn't be without it. One of the major things I use it for is its automation features, so you can do things like find and replace text in all of your videos. When you've got over 400 videos on your channel, that can be a little bit of a pain to go and change a spelling mistake or add a link or add a piece of text. So a really useful tool, and if you sign up to that, I will make a little bit of commission. So that's win-win. Oh, and the total I've made from TubeBuddy is quite generous, actually, now I look at it. £475 in the last year. That's quite a good one, actually, because people tend to take out monthly or yearly subscriptions, and you make a commission each time they renew their subscription. Next, we have Patreon. I have a number of very loyal patrons who I'm going to put on the screen now for a change. And a special thanks to George Foot, Magnanimous Meg, and Jennifer Jones, who are extremely generous patrons. Essentially, I read out their names. That's the highest tier. I have a middle tier where I list your name on the screen, and I give you early access to my YouTube videos and Patreon only content. And I have a $1 tier where your name is listed on the screen. You get early access to the videos, but you don't get access to the Patreon only material. And from Patreon, I've made £802 in the last year. That's a significant proportion of my total YouTube income. So I really kind of owe it to my patrons to keep uploading videos, thinking of unique ideas and things, and trying to keep them happy. Next up, we have Brick Tanks, which is a new one actually for my channel. So I've reviewed a number of Kobe and I think a Build Army set on this channel. And each time I do that, I leave a link to the product in the video description. And in 2021, I've made about £224. Plus, I got free sets that I was able to build, and I like building Lego compatible products. In fact, that's one of the things really with having a YouTube channel. If you like a lot of cheap rubbish from AliExpress, you'll be offered a lot of it, by the way. I turn a lot of it down because I don't really need, you know, a heated pen case that's also earmuffs. But if you like that sort of thing, starting a YouTube channel is probably for you. Next up, we have Teespring. So, because due to popular demand, I did release a few, you know, mugs, shirts, jumpers, that sort of thing. And a few of you bought them, and I'm really, really pleased about that. It's really strange to think that there are people on the other side of the world with t-shirts and jumpers with my face on them. Unfortunately, the products themselves cost quite a lot of money, and I didn't want to, you know, really take the mickey, so I don't make much money from the merchandise sales. But in 2021, I've made £67, and that's probably for hundreds and hundreds of pounds of Teespring merchandise sales. But you should see the merchandise listed below this video in case you're interested. You know, you can watch one of my videos on a Saturday morning, drinking from a mug. If the mug cracks and goes all over your lap or all over your laptop and breaks it, don't blame me. So now we're on to the YouTube advertising revenue, which is by far the biggest source of income on my YouTube channel. In previous years, I used to make hundreds and hundreds of quid, maybe 600 quid a month from YouTube advertising revenue. In one amazing month, I made over £3,000 when I had a 1 million view video, which incidentally, you know, does kind of show you those channels that make over 1 million views per video, they must be raking in the cash. But funny how they don't talk about it that much, isn't it? Everyone's entitled to their privacy, but I feel like there's a little bit of there's a reason YouTubers don't reveal their money. It's not privacy, and it's not modesty, it's not wanting to reveal that they're absolutely raking in the cash, because it might alienate their audience a little bit. I digress, which is another popular theme on this channel in case you're new to my channel. In the last year, I've made on average 300 and something quid a month, and that total is £4,295, which is a huge amount of money actually compared to the other sources at least. And actually, while I remember, included in that are a few channel members. Also, the views from people who have YouTube Premium, I get a bit of cash from that as well. So I can now add up everything from January to December. And I can see actually that the total for for everything other than the YouTube advertising revenue is about £3,000. So the total, here's what you've been waiting for, strung it out to the end of the video. I always say this, you need to give your videos a little bit of a structure which encourages people to watch till the end. So now I'm going to reveal the total amount I've earned, which is £7,334, which I'm very pleased with. But compared to last year, where the income was I think about £9,000, then it was about £13,000 the year before that, there's a little bit of a downward trend, isn't there? But I'm still happy. That's still a huge thing to surplus my main income with, because this isn't my only job. I should say at this point, I do have an accountant who fills in a tax return for me, because if you earn money from YouTube, you need to pay tax and national insurance and stuff here in the UK. But ask an accountant, just ring your local accountant and ask for a little bit of advice, and I'm sure they'll set you on the right track. Pay 250 quid for a tax return, which I think is quite reasonable. Anyway, does it surprise you? Is that less or more than you thought I would have earned with about 65,000 subscribers? I think I've had about 1.5 million views. I hope that's been interesting to you. I hope you go away and start your own channel. Remember, there's the TubeBuddy affiliate link down below if you have got a channel and you're interested in improving it. Do subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I shall see you next time for another one.